Dungeons can be nearly impossible for new players. For those of you watching my mage-only Skyblock series, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe you are starting a new profile or are a first-time player and want to experience the dungeon update like everyone else, but can't seem to find a good team and die to every enemy in one hit. Today, I'll go over how to start dungeons as a new player and how to catch up and start grinding the latest and toughest floors. If you like what you see, I ask kindly for you to subscribe. It would make me happy, but it's always up to you. Now, let's get into the video. I'd like to start off with the requirements you will need to start playing dungeons, since walking through dungeons unarmed is a bad idea. If you want a chance to survive in dungeons, you will need to collect every fairy soul. You can get 190 of them very easily. This will also require you to obtain combat level 12 and farming 5 to access the End and Mushroom Islands. Every 5 fairy souls, you will get a significant upgrade to your stats. You should get around 500 health, 50 strength, and 50 defense from collecting all of the souls. There's a great guide by the creator known as Time Dio. I recommend bringing a few stacks of ender pearls before following his guide. Next, it's time to choose a class. Each of the 5 classes has their own purpose. Choose the one that you think will be the most fun to play. The catacomb skill is very difficult to level up, meaning you will be playing this class a lot. Make sure you like it. You will also need a set of armor strong enough to withstand attacks. While most armor sets in dungeons have a catacombs requirement, heavy armor only requires level 2, which can be obtained from just failing the entrance floor a couple times. It'll be like 2 minutes. Purchase a set of heavy armor from the auction house. Reforge it to give better stats for your class. Berserker and Archer should use Fierce. Healer and Tank should use Heavy, and Mage should use Wise. It's important to note that classes such as Mage and Healer have unique helmets for their class. Please purchase the corresponding helmet from the shop in the Dungeon Hub. They give special abilities to your class that help a ton. Dungeon items get a large stat boost while in dungeons, so don't worry if the armor appears weak at a first glance. Next, ask a friend or someone in chat to buy Undead Essence to upgrade your heavy armor into 5-star armor. You will pay them a small fee, and they will upgrade your armor for you. Next, you need a weapon. If you are a Berserker, Healer, or Tank, just grab the best sword you own. For archers, the machine gun bow is a very powerful item. You will only need catacombs too, just like the heavy armor. It's a powerful bow that can be turned into a dungeon item for even better stats. If you play mage, you are out of luck. There are no magic items that you can use that will do anything. Just try to survive to catacombs 5, or play a different class until you get there. Then you can grab the Dreadlord's sword. Now that you have a class, armor, and weapon, there are some last-minute items you should get before entering a dungeon. The first being a healing item. Skyblock has many different healing items. Anything works. A radiant power orb from Sven Packmaster Slayers, or just a simple healing wand from a zombie slayer will get the job done. Don't be afraid to retreat and spam all of your healing to prevent a fatal blow, as dying lowers your team's overall score in dungeons, and better scores equal better loot and catacombs XP. One last thing to grab on your way into a catacombs floor is a dungeon potion. The NPC sells a powerful potion you can drink inside of dungeons to help you get a head start on some extra stats. Keep in mind, dying makes you lose these potions, so try not to make a fatal mistake at the start of your run. Everyone needs a good pet when playing dungeons, and for those of you just starting out, the best pet you can bring is an uncommon griffin. The Griffin pet gives Regeneration 5 and Strength 7 when active. This is an incredible increase to damage and survivability. The next mythological ritual is happening soon, and this pet will be up for purchase, so make sure to stop by the mayor to pick one up once Diana gets elected. This is critical to survival. Now you are ready to enter dungeons. For the next part of this video, we will go over some general tips to find secrets, not fail puzzles, and survive better. Let's enter the catacombs. When you first open the door, it's important that depending on your class, you should either rush in the front or stay in the back. For low-level players, it's best for the healer and archer to stay behind, while everyone else rushes in. Mages should be slightly careful as they won't have much defense, but are still a good source of damage. Healers should be ready to use their Wish ability with the Dungeon Orb to restore all players to full health, in case your team gets into a fight too early. Each class gets 2 unique abilities by left and right clicking their Dungeon Orb. You can also activate them by using your drop key, but players with the Skyblock add-ons mod might have trouble with that. I'd recommend using the Dungeon Orb when possible. Healer launches a healing orb that creates a healing circle where it lands. The healing circle heals friendly players inside for 2% of their health every second. They also get the Wish ability, which heals everyone in the group to full health and grants them a temporary shield of 20% of their maximum health. The cooldown of this ability is reduced by 10 seconds if you come in super clutch and heal someone who is below 25 health. This is the most powerful set of abilities in dungeons. It's important to protect your healer just as much as they will protect you. I won't go through the other abilities because that would probably be boring to watch, but feel free to pause the video or rewind to see what the other abilities do. Now, let's get into some dungeons gameplay. First, let's go over some general tips. Dungeons have different colored rooms. Brown is a normal room. Just monsters and secret chests there. Defeat key monsters such as the Lost Adventurers or Angry Archaeologists, and look around for hidden chests. Do both of these to clear a brown room. You will know a room is completely cleared once it has a green checkmark. If it has a white checkmark, it means you haven't found all of the secret chests in that room yet, so keep looking. Yellow rooms contain a powerful enemy usually called a mini-boss. All you need to do is defeat them to clear the room. Personally, I like to drag them out to a more favorable location like the fairy room. This is because the water in the fairy room provides a massive buff to life regeneration. Purple rooms contain a puzzle. Simply complete the puzzle in the room to clear it. Occasionally, a purple room will have one secret chest. Make sure you get that green checkmark before moving on. I won't cover every solution here, since that has enough content for a separate video. Just do a quick online search for the answers. The next room is orange. Just treat it like a normal room with secrets. The catch here is that you can't use any abilities, no teleporting, healing, or anything. Be extra careful in this room as it's littered with traps. Finally is the blood room. This is marked as the red room on your map. Here you will fight a wave of tough enemies summoned by a floating eye called the Watcher. Ignore him, you can't attack him. Simply defeat every enemy in the room to open the portal to the boss room. Keep in mind the entrance floor ends after the blood room is cleared, so make sure you find every secret possible and clear every room. Some last general tips are to find secrets as early as you can. If your team is having a tough time with a floor, make sure to grab every secret and puzzle as soon as you reach them. This is because secret chests sometimes grant blessings that give you a huge buff to your stats. Also, make sure to finish every room with a green checkmark, or at least as many as you possibly can. This is the best way to increase your score and level up your catacomb skill. If you can't get into a good party, try stepping back a floor until you are ready to join one of the higher level teams. That's all I have for you today. If you think I deserve it, click that subscribe button to see more of my videos. It also puts similar videos in your recommended section of YouTube, and it really helps me a lot as a creator. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section below and I'll be sure to answer them. Thanks for watching, and take care.